Hi, hello, welcome to a new studio vlog. I'm going to work. I'm working tomorrow as well, so you won't see me much. But I just wanted to say hi and show you my earrings that I'm wearing. I'm going for a funky style today. I like to wear some interesting earrings at work because I feel like with our mask and with our uniform, there's not much personality that you can show, but I'm always making an effort with my earrings because I feel like it brings me joy. So I need to go to work by bike today. I have a 25-minute ride before me, so I need to go right now. But I just wanted to say hi and goodbye. Today is the first day of my 2 consecutive days off, so big plans ahead. The goal for today is to finish this painting. I don't want to spend too much time on it because it's almost done. I just need to work on the details, and who cares if it's not perfect. So I want to finish this. I want to work on some pictures I took of my grandparents when I visited on Thursday. And I also want to work on the commission that I have. I really want to finish it in the next few days because I need to. So that's the plan. And I have a dinner tonight, so I have to go buy some food for that. It's already 10 o'clock, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do all of that. I'm finally done with my painting. I got it done quicker than I thought, and I'm quite pleased with the result. I guess it's been a long time since I painted with acrylic, so I think the result is good considering that. So I went with somewhat of a realistic style. I especially like how the trees here turned out. That side of the painting was quite dark because it's supposed to be a morning scene, and so the sun just came up. I kind of wanted to be able to show that there were trees there without there being too many details. Okay, so now I'm gonna start working on the commission that I have on my iPad. And I think what I'm gonna start with, since I've been procrastinating a little bit, is start with something easier. I want to create a sky texture that I'm going to use in each of the little artworks. This is going to put me back into the drawing mode. And after that, I think the rest is going to be easier. I just need to start with something, and I'm going to start with that. So you saw me doing this, and that was so much fun and so easy to do. I just went on Google and looked for some star galaxy brush packs from Procreate. I was willing to buy one if I needed to because I figured it wouldn't be super expensive, and it's something that I don't have in the starter kit. But I found a YouTube video of someone explaining how to do a similar galaxy, and he was giving out a free brush pack. So you have 4 brushes, sorry. You have the Winter Nebula, Rainbow Nebula, the stars, and a water blender. For this one, I only used the Winter Nebula and the Starflix. And this water blender is so different. It kind of switches the colors. For this painting, I used a limited color palette. I started this painting at my dad's. For this painting, I used a limited color palette. I placed an order at DrifterStudio, which is a local art store, and I received it yesterday. When I opened the box, it was too late. It was dark outside and the light wasn't very pretty, so I thought I would show it to you now. I got a bunch of random stuff that I thought I needed for a long time. I got this little watercolor palette. It was empty, so I also got 3 of these half pen sets. It's so small, but it fits a lot of half pens. So I already placed a couple in here. It fits 28, so a lot of colors. My goal is to create my own watercolor palette using my favorite colors, and I'm gonna do a video about that. I got some gesso because I paint with acrylics, sometimes on wood, so I figured I would need some gesso, and I got just a little pot of it just to try it out because I've never used gesso before. I got some titanium white acrylic. I got this inkwell because I don't know if you remember in a previous video, I had some solid inks. I'm gonna show you. So how to use them is that you need an inkwell. You are going to create some. Okay, I need to read on that because I thought that you just like created some dust like this, you add a little bit of water, and then create an ink that goes in the little pool here that you can use. But now I'm not so sure. Okay. I got 2 Daniel Smith watercolors, Rare Green Earth, and the one in Sap Green that I can't wait to try. I also got a set of Prismacolor color pencils because the ones that I have are not very good. Finally, the last thing is some Arches hot pressed watercolor paper. It's something I wanted to try for a long time, but I never had. I just want to see what the difference is between hot pressed and cold pressed. I know that cold pressed watercolor paper has a lot more texture. A lot of people prefer the cold pressed paper. This is a block, a watercolor block, which is also something I've never used. So the watercolor is binded on the 4 sides. So it's already pretty stretched. Obviously, I think it's better to not put too much water. Like, don't flood the paper. Yeah, so I'm gonna try that. So I'm very excited to try all of these new things, but it won't be today.
Has a surface over here to grind the stick into the surface here to make the ink to buy bottle ink.
New day, new me. I just came back from a weekend in Quebec City and I had a lot of fun. I saw the Picasso exhibition at the arts museum there, so that was fun. And my friend cut my hair. She's so good. I'm very happy, very pleased. I like my new bangs. I like it. I put some nice earrings on. I just listened to a video about how to use solid inks, which I think maybe these are. As you saw, I made a big purchase to my local art store, and I bought this inkwell thinking that I would use it with these solid inks. But when I tried to scrape it, it just doesn't do anything. So I'm thinking maybe I need to put some water on it already. Maybe it's gonna react with the water. If it doesn't, then I have no idea what these are. We'll discover that together. I have a full day of art making in front of me. I'm so excited. I'm gonna try that with my inks. If it works, then I'm gonna try to do a couple of portraits from the 100 head challenge using my inks. Then I want to create a watercolor palette. My plan is to do a swatch of all the paint tubes that I have, choose my favorite ones, put them in there, wait a couple of days until they dry, and then create a painting. Also, I have pencils here. The goal was to replace these. I have no idea what the brand is, but I feel like the quality isn't the best. But I haven't used colored pencils other than these in decades. So I got the Prismacolor Premier 24 color pencil set. I guess since they are soft, the color will transfer well onto the paper. I don't know, but I'll try that today, and I'll try to compare similar colors to see what the difference is between the two. Okay, so what I read is that you need to start with a little bit of water. You're gonna grind this ink in the water until it creates ink, and then the ink might run off into the well, which is fine. Essentially, you just repeat this process until you get enough ink and the ink is at a good consistency, which will test if it works. This is hard. I feel like the color I'm getting is really muddy. See, this is a bright orange, and this color is kind of a brownish orange and kind of grayish even. So I'm wondering, maybe it's because I haven't washed the ink well before using it, or maybe it's just normal. I don't know, but it's really hard. Grinding this is really difficult. In the video that I watched, the guy said that using solid inks was a process that you need to prepare yourself mentally before, because it takes time, it takes patience.
"2,000 years later."
So the guy in the video said that you need to work a lot to make a tiny amount of ink, and as we can see, it's pretty true. I don't have a lot of ink, assuming that this is ink. So let's try them now. Then I'll wash the ink well and try another color, see if it gets brighter, see it's a bit less muddy. I'm gonna just try it out on a cheap watercolor paper. It's very muddy, but I think that this is ink. See this blue? I think it has a lot of potential. It's a really pretty color, so let's try it. First impression right here is that the color is way less muddy, and also I can see it on the ink thing here. You can see it's kind of brown, a little bit brown or gray, and here I don't have that at all. So I think maybe it's the inkstone that was a bit dirty. Also, what I think right now is just that it's a very intense process that I'm not sure is worth it, considering I have other inks. And also, if I were to do a painting with these, I would have to use all the blue first and then grind another color, which would add so much time to the painting process. So I am not sure if it's worth it. You know, it's not as vibrant as the color from the stone, but maybe it's normal. Maybe it's just because I would have to grind it some more to get more pigment, so maybe that's the only reason. But do I want to do that? I'm not sure. Okay, so since we are already here, let's try to compare different colors from my two pencil sets. Okay, let's try these two reds, see what the difference is. So I'm using a cheap watercolor paper. Moment of truth. Okay, so the new ones that I got are way creamier than the ones that I had. These ones feel a lot more waxy. I don't know if you can see it. It's way more shiny. You can see that they feel waxy, and I think that's why I had trouble laying colors on top of others. Let's see how it is when you add another color on top. Yeah, so they just go on top of each other very beautifully. These are going to be so much fun to use. I'll show you what I mean when I want to add another color on top. See how it's so hard. I'm applying the same amount of pressure that I applied here, and they just won't go on top of each other. They just don't want to do it. Trying new art supplies was so much fun. After the swatch test that I just did, I'm never gonna use these again. It's just that these are so much better. Thank you for being in my life. I can't wait to use you later today. Now I think I'm going to create my watercolor palette. I'm gonna do a whole video on the process, so you won't see the whole thing on here, but you can see a separate video on that. I need to show you something that I have to work on today. The mess. After I make my watercolor palette, I won't need to have all of these on the wall anymore, so I think I need something with drawers, maybe one where I put all my markers, one where I can put my pencils, and another one where I can put my watercolor tubes, and one day my oil paint tubes. So maybe a better system for organizing all of this, because what a mess.
But within the browns, because it's a brown.
So I finished drawing in my sketchbook. I had a lot of fun. I kind of wish this day didn't end. Right now it's 8 p.m. I kind of would need to eat dinner. I'm super happy about these pencils. They're so good. I think I'm gonna use these pencils to add to some watercolors that I will be doing, or I will use them mixed with some other types of medias. But I really wanted to try them out today for a drawing, and I did complete 3 more portraits from the 100 head challenge. I am now at 93 portraits done, so only 7 to go before we can call this challenge finished. Today is Wednesday, July 14th. I'm so sweaty. It's quite late into the day already. It's 11:24. But this morning I made some pancakes, I did the dishes, I vacuumed, I folded some clothes. Oh, and I also baked some bread and made some lemonade. Today, I really want to work on the commission that I have that I keep talking about. We're so close to the end. You hear my cat in the background. It's because he wants attention, so just wait. Okay, so yes, so I'm working on the commission, and I also want to finish my spread I was doing in my sketchbook with my Prismacolor pencils. But I feel like the page is kind of unfinished. There's a lot of blank space left, and I don't feel like there's a cohesion between all the characters that I drew, so okay, bye. So I want to see if I can do something maybe to work on it a little bit more, just to give it a more finished look. And let's see if my watercolor palette dried. Tough to say, really. I don't really know. I'm just gonna put a paintbrush in it, just a little bit, in one of the colors to see if they dried or not. But I think maybe I'll have to wait maybe another week before I use them. Oh no, it's not dried. It's not dried at all. Also, I think I could spray my gouache, my Himimiya gouache. I could spray it with a little bit of water, because I heard that it's a good thing to do from time to time, just to keep the paints from drying up. So let's do that now, and then work on the commission that I have, and then work in my sketchbook. See, this one is a little bit dry. This one is drying up too. The white also. Oh no.
Oh my god.
Was fine. Okay, so I think I finished my commission. I sent it to my clients to see what they think. It's so hot today. You've seen me try to bake another bread, but it didn't turn out super great, as you saw. I'm gonna show you the final result soon. Right now it's stuck to the pan, so yeah. I'm gonna start working on my sketchbook spread. So I thought I could use these inks that were given to me that I've never used yet to just finish the page off, and I think the result is gonna be quite cute. And then I'll be done with the spread. Okay, so as you saw, I added some colors in the background, but these things are, I keep making messes with these. As you can see on this page too, I made a mess. But I figured while this dries, I can start my next painting, which is another portrait for the 100 head challenge. The colors in this portrait are all yellows and oranges, which is great because I have too much of these. Wish me luck, no more messes. I feel like this month is almost over already. Oh my god. So today I'm going to finish working on some projects that you've seen me start. So I'm doing that today. Maybe a little bit of video editing for my video that is coming out this week. I have a slight headache, so maybe that's why I don't have as much energy as usual. It's because yesterday I drank 1 glass of wine. Just one. That's what happens to me now when I drink one drink. Old age, huh? I'm turning 29 this week. It's only going to get worse. This is how I left my painting after working on it for a couple of hours. It's almost done, I feel like. I just need to add some contrast to the hair and just finish the details, the lips. I left the ink in here and see, like, I don't know how well you can see, but the texture of it is so weird. I'm gonna try to add some water on it and see if I can reactivate it just like I would with watercolors, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. If it doesn't, I'm just going to scrap that and put some new ink in. So I just put some water in there and I'll leave it like that for about half an hour while I work on something else. It's been a couple of hours, maybe an hour to 2 hours, and I feel like the ink came back. I'm just gonna mix it a little bit. I think it's fine. You know, in the spirit of not wasting anything, I think I'm gonna use it. Maybe this one. This one seems very weird. No, I think they're fine. They reactivated and they seem to be okay. So I'm just going to use them like this to finish my painting. Today is July 20 something. Now you've seen me start a new bread, so I hope that this time it's gonna go better than last time. You saw what happened last time. I think it was too warm, so the bread was super like elastic and it just wouldn't keep its shape. It was still good in the end, but it wasn't our prettiest loaf. And it's quite hot today too, so I can see that my dough is very wet, very elastic, which isn't something I'm too happy with, but what can we do? And I'm also going to work really hard on my video that should be coming up this Friday. You will already have seen it by the time you watch this. It's the video, this painting. Today is July 24th. We are celebrating my birthday today and we have some very exciting plans. We are going to go park crawling and we are going to do some plein air paintings again. I really liked it last time, so I'm excited to try it again. I'm planning on bringing my watercolors this time because I think it's going to take less space. This time we don't have a cart to put everything in, and also We won't have the convenience of having the house nearby. So I think we need to think about what we're bringing, be intelligent about it, bring as little stuff as possible. As you saw yesterday, we did some plein air painting, and by we I mean I. I did a plein air painting and it was so much fun. I feel like this time I really was in the spirit of plein air painting. Last time, in my last studio vlog, I was aiming towards a finished result. After I read more about plein air painting, I realized that it's normal to finish with a painting that is not fully rendered. The goal of plein air painting is to capture the mood, the way the landscape looks at that specific moment. So it's a very fun exercise because you want to be quick, you want to focus on the essential parts, you want to focus on values. I really wanted this time to try to do it in one shot, to do it outside exclusively, and once I left, my painting would be done. And that's what I did, and I think that it removed the pressure of ending up with a fully rendered, a perfect result, and I could just focus on yeah, on value, which is something that I wanted to work on more. I also did a couple of new things this time. I worked on my Arches hot pressed paper, which was the first time I worked on hot pressed watercolor paper. And I also used my watercolor palette that I built myself. I want to make a video specifically on my watercolor palette and my hot pressed watercolor paper, but you kind of have a sneak peek. Not of that video, but of my first impressions. So just one sec. It finally dried. So that's what it looks like right now. That's the final result. And I feel like your eyes immediately go towards the house. And also, I really like this paper. I have to try it again, of course. Maybe I liked it in the setting of an outdoor plein air painting. Maybe I had other stuff to focus on other than the quality of this paper, so we'll see. I also got some oil paints from my uncle. He paints with oils a lot, and I think he gave me his old tubes that he wasn't using anymore. So I'll show you. There's a bunch of oil paint tubes in there, and there's a couple of acrylics also, so I'm gonna add these to my collection. I already have all of these acrylic paints, so I'm gonna see what my uncle gave me. So I have a zinc white, terra rosa, a nice yellow ochre. What's this? Oh, I think that's, oh no, that's what's spilled in the box. It's the retardant. I was super excited to try this. You use it to make your paint dry slower. 2 watercolors. All right. I think I should swatch these. Okay, so let's start with the cadmium yellow pale. I think I'm gonna buy myself a mixed media sketchbook so I can swatch all of the art supplies that I have, because I think it's super useful and I've seen a lot of artists do this. Oh, I think this one is dried. Well, yes, this one is definitely dried. That's too bad, but this color is really nice. That's pretty much all I could manage to squeeze out of the tube, so I think it's not very usable, unfortunately. I also got these 2 colors for my birthday. These were given to me by a friend, and I wanted to swatch them to see if I might eventually add them to my watercolor palette that I built. So the first one is Blue Apatite Genuine, which is a beautiful color. And let's try the second one, Daniel Smith Enthroned Blue. So here are the colors that I swatched. I have to put them in my watercolor palette. I just have to. The thing is, all the slots are full right now. So if I take one color out, which I can do, I'll have no other place to put it. So I think I'm gonna buy another of these so I can put all of my reject colors. When I get new colors that I want to add in, I'll just do that. This is my birthday cake. My boyfriend baked me a birthday cake. I asked for one. I asked if he could make me a raspberry birthday cake, and he did. It's his first cake he ever baked, and it's so good. Can you believe I just turned 29? 29! But with cakes that good, can't wait for my 30th birthday. So now I have a couple of minutes maybe an hour in front of me. So I think what I'll do is I'll start a sketch because I want to finish my video that I made on my palette. I want to use it in a video at the end. So I'm gonna start a sketch. If I have some time, I'll start painting. But if not, I think this is something I'll do tonight and tomorrow. So yes. Welcome to another bread making attempt. You saw me start a bread last time, a couple of days ago, but for you it was in this vlog, and it was a total fail. It's my first time that this happened where we couldn't even bake it because it was too wet. The dough wouldn't stay together. It was just like you put it on the table and the bread just became flat. So today I'm trying a new recipe. I'm starting something different. I'm starting the first step, which is to mix the dough and just let it rest for about half an hour. Okay, so we'll leave it to rest for about 30 minutes, maybe a bit less than that. Let's hope everything goes well. Okay, so now I added in the sourdough. I will mix, I will add the salt, and then I will do a special mixing technique, which will be really fun. I don't know what it's gonna do, but it's gonna be fun. So let's try that. Now I will do the lamination. It's supposed to strengthen the gluten structure in the bread. Now we are doing our first of our 2 coil folds, and then the hard part will be done. I think it's going to be the last day of this vlog because July is almost over and I want to finish editing this video today. I feel like the end of this vlog was mostly about me trying to bake bread, so I hope you're into that. It's been a struggle. I didn't realize how many breads I would try to bake in this month. The first one didn't turn out super well. I ended up baking it either way, but you've seen how it was. It was all crumbly. The second one, I had a really good feeling about it. I did all the steps. It didn't hold its shape. It was unusable, so that was a fail. And The third attempt was a good one, fortunately. So I think it's just, we have to keep practicing. So that was the bread saga. I did quite a bit of art in this vlog, so that's good. That's a studio vlog. Yesterday, I didn't film much. I had a day off. We went on an adventure. I have a collaboration with a brand, and I have a car for a week, and I did some paddle boarding. We were outside the whole day, but I showed you some clips of that. And I also lost my sunglasses in the water, which sucks. So that's that. And today I'm just working on the iPad for now because I want to work on some design elements, some gifts for the vlog. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then that's it. I hope that you liked this vlog. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. I've noticed that engagement on YouTube in the past few weeks, I should say, wasn't the best. Well, I've seen that for other people it's been the same that's been happening, so maybe it's just YouTube, it's just a change in the algorithm. Who knows? But if you want to help me, just leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. On that note, I will leave you on some footage of me working on my iPad for a little bit, and then I will see you in the next video. So thank you for being here, take care, and I'll see you soon.